This is the easiest cow farm for Minecraft Bedrock, and it's going to get you tons of leather and tons of steak, so settle in and let's build. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is dig out a 2x2 square and place down a double chest at the front of the hole. We're going to come around back here and place down 2 hoppers running into that chest. We're then going to grab our building blocks and create a C shape going around the chest just like this. We're then going to grab our slabs now and place down 2 slabs going over top of this chest here so that we can open it. And another benefit of using slabs is that we will get the XP from breeding the cows, but we'll also be able to kill the cows with a looting 3 sword if you want to get even more leather and if you want to have raw steak so that you can trade it with a butcher for emeralds. But if you just want to use it to get cooked steak and an adequate amount of leather, you can still use the dispenser, but these slabs are pretty cool. We're then going to grab our blocks again, and we're going to place down another C shape. We're going to leave this block open here, and we're going to place down our dispenser. We're then going to place down 3 blocks going across here, and 3 blocks going across here. Jump up here and place down 2 more blocks, just like this, and then another C shape just wrapping around here, just like this. We're then going to remove these 2 blocks at the back and place down 2 more dispensers, and these are going to be how we dispense the water so that you can easily breed the cows up here. But it's retractable so that way it doesn't make a ton of sound. Alright, the next thing you want to do is grab your stairs, and we're going to place down a stair next to this dispenser, place down a stair on the dispenser, and then place down another stair here so that we have a nice little staircase. We're going to grab our building blocks now, and we're going to create a strip of blocks going across here, and then a second strip of blocks. And then we're just going to fill this in to create a nice little rim, leaving a 2x2 square here. And we're going to finish off our staircase with 1 more stair and then a block right here. Up here is going to be where we breed the cows. For now, we're just going to place down 2 temporary blocks right here. And then we're going to come around to the front and we can go ahead and place down 2 signs right here. And we'll just leave those, our 2 glass, and we're just going to leave those empty for now. We are then going to come back up here and we're going to place down our water bucket inside of this dispenser and our water bucket inside of this dispenser. And before we get our cows in here, we're just going to place down a sign right here and a sign right here. So if we go ahead and look, you'll see that there's 2 signs, and this is going to stop the lava from landing on the baby cows that are still in the chamber and burning the drops. So those signs are very important. We're going to place in our lava bucket now and place down a button on the front of the farm. And so actually, if I just go ahead and press the button, it'll get dispensed. Once it reaches the other side, I'm going to retract it. And that is how we're going to be killing the adult cows. Up here, we're going to place down 2 buttons. So all we have to do is press these buttons, and then it's going to shoot out the water. And this is going to make it so that the cows bob up and down so you can easily breed them. And it's also going to make the babies flow into the chamber down here. But when we're not breeding them, we just go ahead and turn off these dispensers. So that way it isn't making a bunch of sploshing sounds. Splashing? Splashing? Water sounds. Next, we need to find at least 2 cows, and we're going to lead them up this staircase here, and then we're just going to lead them into this chamber, just like so. Oh yeah, I forgot about that little update, so you can see through them. That's cool. Get him in there, and get the next one, bring him up, and then just come around here. It's easier if you shift around your platform and then push them in. Once we have 2 cows in here, I mean, since there's only 2, we can go ahead and breed them just like that. They're going to have a baby. And if you want to make it easier to breed them, especially once you get more cows, just press these buttons, and that's going to make them bounce up and down. And that way you can, feed them all wheat. We're going to place down a temporary block right here, and then a fence post, a fence post, fence post, fence post. It's probably easier if you retract the water before you place those. That way they're not bouncing into you. But that is how we're going to do it. So we're just going to sit here and breed until we have about 50 cows up here. But before we breed all of our cows, there are a couple things that we can do to improve this design ever so slightly. First off, let's just make it a little bit more of a solid structure. The back of this thing is looking a bit like a movie set. So we're just going to fill it in just like this. The next thing we can do is we can remove these 4 blocks underneath of the dispensers. And I think that this is a cool little way that you can hide your wheat. So you could fill this chest with wheat, and I think it fits in really, really perfect right there. And the last thing we can do, if you really only want to press 1 button, you could just place down 2 blocks right here and then place down 2 redstone dust. So that way when we press either button, it's going to retract all of the water, and when we press it again, it's going to dispense both of them. Personally, I don't mind hitting 2 buttons, and I think that this looks a lot cooler. Again, this is a nice, I don't know. I really like this. It looks nice. That's totally just me, though. All right, and once you have all of your cows in here, it is going to be a little bit loud. I'm not going to lie. There's nothing I can do about that. They're going to make sounds, but we can go ahead and remove all of the water so that they are on the ground here. And as you can see, obviously it's a lot harder to breed them when they're like this, so the water is super beneficial. But we're just going to go ahead and turn off that water, and we are going to grab our signs now. Place down a sign right here, break this block and place a sign right here. All of the baby cows that didn't grow up yet are going to fall into the bottom, and we can just go ahead and seal this off. Now we have a fully functioning cow farm. If you want, again, you just turn on the water, and every time we want to create more baby cows, we just turn on the water, come up here, and just feed them all with a bunch of wheat. And this is going to get them to have a bunch of babies, and just shoot around in here until you can no longer really feed them anymore, which, I mean, you can do this every minute or so you can really get a lot of cows out of this. We're just going to go ahead and turn off the water now. And any baby cows that stay up here are just going to help because they're going to turn into adult cows, which is going to allow you to breed more. But most of them are going to end up down here. As you can see, we have quite a few baby cows. And when these guys grow up, we're going to be able to press the button. It's going to travel across. Once it reaches the other side, we can go ahead. Oh. Okay. Make sure that the water's on when you use the bucket. Okay, so that really shouldn't have been an issue if there were just a few less cows up here. Only like 1 or 2 cows ended up dying here, as you can see. But still, as a safety precaution, I would recommend having the water on when you use the lava bucket to kill them. But yeah, that is the entire farm done. This thing is going to produce tons of leather and steak. It really just depends how often you're breeding these cows. And I mean, if you just sat here for an hour and you just kept breeding them, coming down, breeding them, coming down, I mean, with an hour of using this farm, you would probably have enough food to last you. I don't know how long you play Minecraft for, but a long time. And if you used a looting 3 sword and smelted the steak on its own, you would have even more food, like 2 or 3 times as much food. All right, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like. My name is 1UpMC, and I will catch you in the next one.